what's going on, guys? This is Kincade from Push, and today I'm going to teach you how to do a frontside 360 off of a rail on your snowboard. There are a few prerequisites to this trick, so let's go over those first. First of all, you'll want to have a frontside 360 on jumps. You'll want to be able to 50-50 boxes and rails comfortably, and you'll want to be able to frontside 180 off of a rail. Once you can do all of those tricks comfortably, you're ready to try this trick. So you're going to set up for this trick just like you would a normal frontside or backside 50-50, whichever one you think is more comfortable. You're going to slide the rail as you normally would until you reach really close to the end, at which point you'll start to lead the rotation with your shoulders. Now you lead with your shoulders to not pre-spin off the rail, as that can lead to an edge catch or hook. You lead with your shoulders so that you're already turned a little bit as you leave the rail, and then once your snowboard leaves the rail, that's when you can start to turn your board with your shoulders as well. Your board will follow, and then it will help bring the rotation around to where your shoulders and your board kind of finish the rotation at the same time. A small amount of pre-spin with your board is not the worst thing in the world. As you can see from a few of these examples, I do pre-spin maybe 45 degrees on some of them, although you do want to try and keep it as straight as possible. As long as you're controlled and know where your edges are, you're not going to catch. Even on these donkeys, when I'm pre-spinning a little bit, I'm really controlled with rotation, so I'm not catching my edge. It's when you pre-spin it without really realizing it that it's a little bit dangerous, because that's when you can hook that front edge on the rail and go down. Your knees should have some bend to them while you're on the rail, and as you leave and turn those shoulders, you're going to want to pop a bit with your legs as well. Now once you've left the rail and your shoulders and board have started that rotation, you want to keep looking all the way around, and the landing is a little bit blind. Just like a frontside 360 off of a jump, you're finishing this trick with a switch backside 180, so you're not necessarily going to see the landing, you just have to feel it. I'm going to throw up a couple of examples of when I first learned this trick. The first one I landed at 270, but kind of realized it was happening, so I was able to land on my toe edge as to not hook my heel edge and fall. You want to be aware of where you're landing and set your edge down accordingly. Now here's another example where I brought the rotation around all the way, but it was really hucked. I just wasn't very in control, and that might happen a lot when you first learn this trick. It can feel really difficult and really awkward with your shoulders at first, and my arms flailed a lot when I first learned it. Just keep practicing and you'll get comfortable with this trick. So there are three main parts of this trick to focus on. First is locking into the rail. You're going to have a hard time landing this trick if you're not super locked into the rail all the way until the end. Second is focus on leading with your shoulder off the rail and not pre-spinning, and then following through with your snowboard. While you're in the air, your board's going to follow around and catch up with your shoulders. And then the third major thing is to focus on that landing, realize where you are. If you're under rotating, compensate for it and try and wash it around to 3 instead of hooking that edge. Obviously the goal is to not wash out at all, but when you're first learning it tends to happen, so be aware of that and go out there and stomp this trick. Once you have this trick dialed in, you can do it off of bigger features, off of donkeys, or with combinations onto the rail as well. Best of luck. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. If you're watching this on YouTube, I would highly recommend heading over to the website pushthelimit.com to check out the tutorial there. We have a detailed write-up as well as a ton of other high-quality action sports tutorials in multiple sports. Hope to see you on the site. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video.